Okay, so we're going to carry on with the attacks from half guard. The next one is Japanese necktie. Now, people know this, so they don't normally let you get there anymore. But we're going to go to half guard. Once he's gone to half guard, I'm going to try and get it so that my heel is underneath my butt, so that he can't do anything with that leg. And what we said in the last couple of videos, that as he gets when he gets his underhook, if I stuff my hand through a straight bar, it makes his underhook difficult to work with. Yeah, a lot of people try and overhook and force his shoulder to the floor, but that's kind of giving him the back door out. If I keep my hand across his hips nice and straight, then it normally locks him in. Now, he'll control my wrist, and he'll try and get his head underneath this armpit so that there's no chokes. Right, and he'll work his way out to the back door. That's all cool, but we've got a beautiful attack here, Japanese necktie. Now, 9 times out of 10, if you saw my other video with the army and guillotine, as soon as I start to threaten a Japanese necktie, he goes flat and stretches his neck, and we would go to the army and guillotine. So this time he's going to grab my wrist, he's going to go underneath my neck. All right, I'm thinking this is Christmas, because I'm either going to dash him or I'm going to get a Japanese necktie. So I'm going to pull his arm straight and pull out, and I'm going to reach this one so that my thumb goes on the back of his neck. Alright, once I've got the thumb in the back of his neck, this one goes over the top. Once I'm here, if he tries to go flat on his back and stuff, there is no going flat back on his back and stuff. I don't know why people struggle with this so much. Once I've got his neck in this position, he's kind of made it difficult for himself. Yeah. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to slowly push his shoulder to the floor. Now it's not throw his shoulder to the floor, it's slowly push his shoulder to the floor. As I push his shoulder to the floor, I'm going to lock his head underneath my belly. Alright, so his head goes underneath my belly. I'm going to triangle this leg up. And I'm just going to force my hips and get attacked. It's incredibly easy to do. The secret to it is to make sure that you get the head in the right spot. Your arms have to slide under his neck as you drop behind his head as well. It takes lots of practice. Okay, so it's all the way. Right, so we're in here. He goes for his underhook. I block that down. Okay. He was controlling my wrist. I managed to get my wrist free. He's put his head underneath my armpit because that's what's stopping him getting choked at the moment. I'm going to drive this hand through so that I see my thumb. I'm going to get hold of my fingers and crank this into a C-grip. Alright, he's now stuck there. He really is stuck there. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to slowly push his shoulder to the ground. So I'm just pushing his shoulder to the ground. As I push his shoulder to the ground, I slot myself in behind the back of his head and I triangle this leg up. And then all I'm going to do is force my hips forward to get the tap. So, without praying, I'm going to try and do this as though I've got an imaginary opponent. Okay? So I'm here, I've blocked his hips. He's holding my wrist. I pop out the wrist, this hand's going to go underneath, and I put my thumb on the back of his neck. I go up behind the thumb and I try and trap him in this position. And I pull my elbows into myself. If you're really strong, you'll tap him in this position. And then I'm going to push his shoulders to the ground. And I pull his head underneath. His head's about here. I'm then going to lie myself down on my side, putting my body behind his neck. Look what's happening to the crank, the Japanese necktie. The arms move and the hands come into this position. His head, the back of his head is on my chest, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to triangle my legs up and then I drive everything in. Alright, it works really, really well. It means that you don't have to go to the dash position unless you like doing dashes.